Greetings and welcome to 2020's version of our membership kickoff. As we all know, nothing in 2020 has gone according to plan, and our membership campaign is no different. We know that all of our scouts, their families, and our volunteers continue to struggle to work through everything that COVID-19 and derecho have handed us. With the initial lockdown and quarantine that had parents trying to do it all, both working remotely and keeping their kids engaged at home with schools shut down, and then derecho and no power and losing shelter. It's been a difficult year, to say the least. Here at the Hawkeye Area Council, our staff has been working hard to try and come up with ways that scouting can assist families with these issues, while still providing a scouting program that we feel is needed now more than ever. With kids doing so many things remotely and with very little to no social interaction with others, scouting is a way to provide them with a sense of normalcy, with activities and friends in a safe format. We are also struggling to find answers, just like the rest of you, but are hopeful that one of the options that we have to present to you later tonight will meet the needs of your Cub Scout pack. But first, we want to make you aware of an initiative that we've put together with the other Iowa-based Scout councils to assist with derecho relief efforts in the area. Scouts in Action is encouraging units who are able to help others with a service project in your area during the time frame of September 6th through the 20th. We know that our units are all over the spectrum as far as how often they are meeting and whether or not they're having in-person meetings at all, and if they or their Scouts families in their units have been impacted by derecho storms. We do not expect everyone to be able to participate, but would love for as many units as possible to work together and engage in ways that they are comfortable with. The council is still planning to participate in scouting for food in October, so the primary focus for the projects we are recommending are service and supplies. Again, we know that things are crazy right now and people will have limited time, which is why we've made this project very flexible and want units or individual scouts to only do this in a manner that they are able. Whether that is helping your neighbors or nearby parks to pick up debris and storm wreckage, or if that's having each scout secure a case of bottled water or a collection of personal care items, toiletries, diapers, etc., from a list of needs in high demand right now. A big part of scouting is teaching youth to help others in their community. And this is a great way for us to lead by example and give our kids some firsthand experience at assisting others in times of need. Please see the website for more information. And if you or your unit is able to participate, you can input your Scout service hours and items collected at the website listed so they can be part of our totals reported to each of our communities. Thank you for your consideration with this important project that will help so many of those in our council and neighboring communities that have been impacted. Thank you for all that you are doing. I know times are tough right now. As a mom whose kids are still at home and starting school online next week, I realize how much each of you as parents and leaders are doing to figure out how all the pieces of life during COVID times are going to fit together. I also know that you are all just as worried as I am about the impact of these past 6 months in quarantine and the foreseeable future is going to have on the mental and physical health of our kids. We are trying everything that we are capable of at the office to assist you in overcoming these challenges. We know that many parents who are working from home and are also now adding teacher and short order lunch cook to their titles simply do not have time to put together den meetings and unit activities. We are going to do what we can at the council level to try and take that burden off of your shoulders until life gets back to normal or whatever that might be in the future. Our staff and volunteers have worked hard to put a plan together to give you options to solve the program at whatever level you need. We hope that it makes your life easier and provides some much needed Scout programming and activities for your Scouts. Jackson is going to present the new programs that we have created, and we will have time for questions after the presentation. Thank you again for all that you are doing. Hang in there and know that we will help you in any way that we can. Scout on.
As Sarah mentioned, we know that since the end of March due to COVID-19, many units have not been able to meet. So to help provide support for Cub Scout packs in the fall, the Hawkeye Area Council has developed Pack 172 Adventures. A blend of virtual and in-person activities, Pack 172 Adventures is an optional program that we have designed to provide educational, hands-on activities to help safely foster the social aspects of scouting that may be challenging to organize this fall. Each month this fall, all Cubs that sign up for Pack 172 Adventures will be invited to Super Saturday, a morning of safe and socially distanced activities, crafts, and games led by council staff and volunteers in 2 locations in the north and south of the council. Participants will also receive monthly activity kits for each Cub that can be completed at home and 3 new videos a month to help with Cub adventure requirements. 2 PAC 172 videos with hands-on activities, and 1 rank-specific video. We have 2 options for Cub families to choose from when signing up for PAC 172 adventures. Option A is $50 per scout, including all the programming we just mentioned until the end of the year. Option B is $100 per scout and includes everything in Option A, plus admission to all 3 Fall Cub events at Howard H. Cherry Scout Reservation, including Operation Steam on September 26th, the Fall Cub Family Camporee on October 17th, and the Hawkeye Area Council Spooktacular on Halloween, October 31st. Cubs that sign up for Option B receive 1 Saturday event out at camp for free. PAC 172 adventures can take the guesswork out of planning programming for your den or pack in an already complicated fall. No stress about adventure requirements, no preparing materials, and no finding volunteers. We'll do that for you. Events are fully staffed with 2 deep leadership and all activity materials are provided. Kids just need to bring themselves. Registration will open on September 4th at hawkeyebsa.org. Families can register through our PAC 172 Adventures page or on the council calendar on any of our Super Saturday dates.
What's better than spending time at camp? Spending even more time at camp. And this fall, we've got you covered with 3 events you don't want to miss at the Howard H. Cherry Scout Reservation. On Saturday, September 26th, join us for Operation STEAM, a chance for whole families to enjoy science, technology, engineering, art, and math-themed activities and camping. Attendees will learn biology by fishing and hiking, physics with archery, chemistry with hands-on experiments, and try their hand at engineering challenges. And you don't want to miss the egg drop challenge off our 50-foot climbing tower. October 17th is the return of the Fall Cub Camporee, where families can enjoy a classic scouting experience and camping. Get a taste of what Cub Scouting has to offer through shooting sports, games, crafts, hikes, climbing, campfires, and more. Calling all ghouls and goblins. Come out on October 31st for trunk or treating, as well as fun and safe activities at the Hawkeye Area Council Spooktacular. Take a creepy haunted hayride or try your hand at carnival games on our Monster Midway. Test your physical abilities on our zombie survival course and shoot apples on the archery range. Prizes will be given out for best costume in each grade, as well as prizes for adults. Save the date, 3 Saturdays of fun at the Howard H. Cherry Scout Reservation. For more information, including how to register, check out our Facebook page and our website, hawkeyeareacouncil.org.
Although very little about 2020 is traditional, we will be offering all of our traditional membership resources available physically and digitally. Here's Stephen Main with an overview of those resources.
Hi, I'm Stephen Main, your Senior District Executive here in the Hawkeye Area Council. I want to talk to you today about all the membership resources that we can provide you, the local units within our council, to help you recruit kids throughout this fall recruitment season. Now, we all know that we're in the middle of a pandemic and we are trying to provide and accommodate you as best as we can. So we are providing 2 different types of resources for you, both in-person resources and also virtual resources that Jackson will also talk about more in depth about later on. But I want to talk to you primarily about the in-person resources that you can check out here at the council office in Cedar Rapids. And this will help you set up your PAC recruitment nights and also help recruit more kids into your units. So I want to go in depth and to dive into what we can provide you as far as the resources go. And a lot of the resources will include PAC sign-in sheets. We also have some posters that you can have made and you can write on it and post in public places such as gas stations. You can also put it in laundromats or even banks within your cities and towns that you live in. We also will provide you with this great mini mag that is very popular with the kids. We also have some stickers, some bookmarks, and also the kids' favorite, wristbands. And they are very, very popular to hand out during your recruitment night. And for the pack leaders who are trying to get the kids' information, we will provide you with youth applications and adult applications as well. And leading up to your recruitment night, we want to help promote your event so that you can get as many kids and many adults there as possible. So we will have all of these really cool yard signs that you can write on and promote your event to get more people there in attendance. Last but not least, we also have these flyers that we can customize for you. If you would like us to print out these flyers here in the council office, we can do that in advance before your recruitment night. And like I said, all of these resources will be provided for you online through our website, which is at hawkeyebsa.org/membership resources. With that said, thank you and have a great day.
We know this fall is going to look a lot different for our units than years past, and with all the challenges we are facing, we want to suggest some best practices for recruitment this fall. Number 1, recruitment events are still possible. Whether outside and socially distanced or over Zoom, there are families in our communities that want to join Cub Scouts. Many just don't know it yet. Depending on what you are comfortable with, you can have a short event at a park or somewhere outdoors where new families can come and learn about your unit and why they should join Cub Scouting. Remember to keep these meetings short. Research shows that many families just want to come to a meeting, fill out paperwork, and sign up, and don't need to know everything about the program all at once. And whether your event is in person or online, make sure to update your unit's Be a Scout pin to accept online applications to make joining easier for new Scouts. Number 2, embrace digital at the unit level. Many packs have a public-facing Facebook page as well as a Facebook member group to keep everyone informed and connected. Utilizing social media as a tool is more important than ever to keep your unit communicating and your Scouts engaged. Facebook is not the only option though. Parents have different social media habits and preferences. Figure out what works for most people and consider adopting another platform. Number 3, Facebook ads and geofencing. In the last year, the Council has had a lot of success with paid advertising on Facebook, especially with recruitment season last year. Ads can be hyper-targeted to get to the people at the schools that your unit serves and the specific parents that might be interested in joining your pack. Contact your DE if you're interested in the Council placing ads for a socially distanced recruitment event or to direct potential new members to your Facebook page. You should also consider posting on Nextdoor and other similar apps to get the word out about your pack in your neighborhood. Number 4, utilize the BSA Brand Center materials. The BSA Brand Center has many resources that can be very helpful, especially with the videos that have been created to introduce Cub Scouting to new families. Google BSA Brand Center and create an account for a huge database of photos, flyers, videos, and more that you can share with friends and potential new members. Number 5, focus on PTA and PTO groups. In previous years, much of our conversations directly were with school administrations. This year, many of our schools are overwhelmed with all of the changes happening, so focus on communication with PTA and PTO groups directly, as they are the people helping parents navigate this hectic year. Number 6, digital flyers and virtual backpack. Nearly all of our schools have a virtual backpack or flyer system like Peach Jar to contact parents directly. Contact your DE for information and help get the word out on your pack to new families. Number 7, have your Scouts invite friends directly. We are not able to get into the schools to give recruitment talks this year as we have in years past, but we do have our best marketers, our Scouts, in class and interacting with other students. Remind them to talk to their friends about all the fun they have in Cub Scouts and ask them to join in. Our Cubs are the best recruiters that we have. Number 8, find out what works for you and your unit. There are any number of challenges our units are all facing this year, and many times we find ourselves in 2020, not on Plan B, but on Plan X, Y, and Z. We have a choice: allow these obstacles to get in the way, or do what we can to overcome them. Look for ways to do things differently, embrace the changes, and move forward.
Hi, Sam here. And I know that summer is a long ways off, but we're already looking forward to getting back into the swing of camping. And this next summer, we're looking forward to the return of a number of our summer favorites, as well as exciting updates to our Cub summer programming. First, Cub Adventure Camp is back with dates in June and July. We also have 1-night and 2-night options for family camping in July and early August. And we have exciting updates to our day camps. This next summer, we are looking at a full week, Monday through Friday, and programming will be led by the Howard H. Cherry Scout Reservation Summer Camp staff. Make sure you get your dates on the calendar, available on our council website now. I look forward to seeing you at camp.
We're all in this together.
All right, and with that, we can start going through some of the questions that we got in the chat during the video. If you have any more questions, go ahead and please write them in the chat. Everyone who's not a Hawk Area Council staff member, please stay on mute just to make things a little easier to follow. So first off, how is social distancing being handled at the Howard H. Cherry events, especially on the Spooktacular event with hay rides and a midway? Will masks be required at all events?
Are you going to read my answer?
Yeah. I can read the answer too.
Yeah, so are you guys on mute? Okay, we're echoing here, sorry.
There you go.
Okay. So yes, we will have social distancing at all of our events. Masks will be required when we can't be 6 feet apart. You know, there will be sometimes, you know, like when they're on the climbing wall, I think is the example I used, by themselves. They won't have to wear a mask when that's happening. But so there'll be a few things like that. But we ran events this summer out at camp and had activities and had social distancing and masks, and we found it worked out very well. The kids were very receptive to it. We know with younger kids it might be a little more difficult, but yes, we are planning. We're hoping by that time they'll have been in school and they'll get used to it, and we'll be able to have some fun getting them outdoors, but also be safe for everyone else that attends. Go ahead. You're mute, Jackson.
There we go. Are we allowed to run Facebook ads ourselves, or should we, do we need to go through the council? And Facebook ads are okay to be run by the unit. Really will help you, give you graphics. We can run some for you and as well, share with you our knowledge to make it so that it's more helpful and easier for you guys to do on a unit level. And that's the same for Google ads as well. We're not as familiar with Google. We've mostly been focusing on the Facebook ads at, you know, in the last year, but it is something that we're going to be investigating as well. Currently right now, there isn't a district executive for Three Rivers due to COVID and the derecho. Council's not in a financial position to hire an additional staff member right now. Is there a place where we can learn or relearn how to do the online registration for the BSA?
I'll take that one. Good evening, everyone. My name is Stephen Main. I'm the Red Cedar District Executive, Senior District Executive. And yes, to answer that question, there is a place to retake the online registration through the Be a Scout, the Be a Scout pin, and we'll be posting that on the membership resources page following this event tonight.
Great. The summer camp dates, are they going to be looked at to change since many of the school districts are not getting out until later in June?
I can take that one. Okay. So yes, that's a great question. And we did in fact revisit the council camp calendar many, many times. We're on plan X and Y and Z, I think at this point. But we did have a plan and then derecho hit, and we have taken all those dates into account. So everyone, we did move a few things around, but we believe that our calendar currently still gives everyone an opportunity to attend. So, but if for some reason that happens again, or not derecho doesn't happen again, but if something else would happen and the schools move again, we'll look at it. But as of right now, we believe that our current camp calendar gives everyone an opportunity to attend.
The word of the year is flexibility.
Yes, we're being very flexible here.
All right, if schools end up closing again like last spring because of COVID, will that impact in-person events through the district?
I guess that's an unknown right now. We're kind of taking everything as it goes, but a lot of schools are still closed. I'm speaking from Iowa City right here. We're probably not going back in person for a while. But we do believe that parents, especially with online learning, want to get their kids outside and doing activities. So while we aren't doing indoor activities, we are encouraging outdoor activities that are socially distanced. Because kids really need to get some interaction, even if it's 6 feet away. And really the outdoors, we all know, is very good for our kids and their physical and mental health. And that's something that more and more parents are concerned about these days. So right now, we don't think there'll be an impact, but we'll be flexible as we have been this whole year.
Where will units meet during the winter time if schools and churches won't allow activities inside?
That's a great question, and one we don't really have a great answer to right now. That is why we ended up creating the program that we did, and currently are planning on having all of our activities outdoors and doing really a hybrid situation with some online programming and then in-person ones as well. So we are working to find some locations, but we just don't really know what we're going to be able to do, and it's changing day by day, as everyone knows. So we're just going to continue to do our best and be flexible. And there might, that's why we went to the online stuff at the beginning of this whole situation. And we're still looking for answers just like you guys. So I don't have a great answer for that.
A follow-up one that's kind of related to that is, can leaders have meetings in their homes when they can't meet at school?
They definitely can. You can do whatever your units are comfortable with and what your families are comfortable with. That's always been the case, as long as you're following the YPT procedures. A lot of units I know have had, den campouts and things like that in their backyards where they could be socially distanced. So if you have a large basement and you're able to, have 5 or 6 kids there and have them spaced out and all your families are comfortable with it, I think that's probably a good option. But yeah, so that's really a per unit and per family decision. But according to our national standards, as long as the YPT is followed, that is allowed.
In the past, we had to be very careful not to have the words scout or scouting and girl in close proximity. Is that still the case? And are there additional resources apart from Brand Central for girl units?
That is still the case. We are still in the middle of a lawsuit, actually, with the Girl Scouts. So that is definitely still the case right now. I don't have any additional resources. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not looking at the question right now. We don't have anything additionally locally, but for girl troops who are looking for things, make sure and contact your DE or at the office, because we do have a lot of relationships with other councils in the country that are working on things, and larger cities that have their own marketing departments and are working on some things that we can definitely borrow from if you have a specific need. We're happy to look into that for you.
Will there be flexibility or adjustments to program requirements in both PAC and troop levels?
There is going to be a lot of flexibility. That's really been our saying at the office, is there is flexibility. This is the year. That's our word of the year, and there will be a lot of flexibility with that, especially at the Cub Scout level, because really right now we just want the Cub Scouts to be involved and engaged and have fun at whatever way that we can right now. So, so yeah, there's going to be a lot of flexibility with that, and the national office has kind of encouraged that as well, although not in an official capacity. So
Kind of a follow-up to
I'm not
that
sure
one.
if you have specific questions on that, you can let me know.
Yeah, follow-up to that one is can requirements be done with family?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, they absolutely can. And I believe at the Cub level specifically, parents are able to sign off on adventure requirement completion.
Right. Let's see. With the recharter coming up in October 1st, has the council decided if they'll add any additional fees?
Yes, that was actually announced in an email newsletter about, I don't know, in May, I think, but it might have gotten buried in a lot of the stuff that was happening. Last year, there was a $3 fee. This year, there will be a $6 fee that is added to the overall. But we are not going to add a program fee that several other councils have added.
Another one related is, could you please speak on membership dues?
I can. I'm not really exactly sure what you want me to say. We don't have any control over the membership fees, so they have been increased, and we still believe that scouting is a good value for our families, and we're going to try and make sure that we have fundraising opportunities and things like that to help offset the costs as much as we can for other individuals, and are working on some potential scholarship opportunities with some organizations to sponsor, but do not have any of those in place currently right now.
Are the PAC 172 programs rank and adventure specific?
So there is, both. So they are geared towards, there's one rank specific activity, and the other two will have potentially have some things that can gear towards some adventures, but they will have one every month that is rank specific.
Is PAC 172
Yeah.
in addition?
Jackson, I'm wondering if maybe now would be a good time to share the PAC 172 timeline and
Sure.
the other information. Can you share that on your screen?
Yeah.
The FAQ one.
Let's
I think
see.
maybe we should just go over that a little more in depth. I think that might answer a lot of the questions. Let me know what the questions are. So we'll just kind of talk through this. So this is the PAC 172 fall timeline. So as you can see here, this kind of lays out exactly what each month would look like. So September 12th, as an example, so in every month, we will have a Super Saturday North and a Super Saturday South. The Super Saturday South, we believe, is going to be at Kent Park. And we're still working on the North location, but it will be in the Cedar Rapids, northern Cedar Rapids, Marion area, so we can be spread out as much as possible. And then we have the independent virtual den meetings, and so each of those, the council theme, there'll be a theme every month, and so that will be the first one. Sam's going to be doing that, our program director, and so she will be doing the council themed videos, and then the rank specific national video will be sent out to everybody based on which grade they're in. And so you can see that kind of follows down for each of the months. And then the activities in red are the ones that are happening out at Howard H. Sherry Scout Reservation. So hopefully that will answer some of it. And then if you go to the other one, Jackson? I don't know that we need to, but that's what is included in it. So in the $50 fee would be everything except for those activities that are in red. And if you do want, and if your PAC is meeting and den leaders are okay with running everything on their own, that's totally fine. We just did this because we heard a lot of feedback from a lot of people that just do not have time to do it right now. And so we wanted to help with that and try and figure out how we could support all of our units in a way that made sense. So
Information about all the dates for the PAC 172 events, as well as our camp events, can be found on our website. There's going to be a page there for PAC 172 events. Have all the dates that you need.
Okay, go again. Repeat that again.
Oh, so I'm repeating that again. So all the dates for our Super Saturdays, our PAC 172 adventures, including when our videos will be dropping, and our dates out at camp can all be found on our website. There's a PAC 172 adventures page that's going to be going up on the 4th that will have all of the information that you need, as well as how to register.
Right, another question, can Scouts register for PAC 172 or do they need to be a part of another PAC first?
So I think we would rather have them be, I mean, we want them to be connected with the unit eventually. So they would need to be a registered scout in order to participate in that. I guess we hadn't really considered that question. But yeah, we were creating it for existing Cub Scouts to join and to kind of replace their personal den leader planning process for those that are unable to do it right now due to COVID and derecho things going on.
And just to clarify as well, PAC 172 isn't a traditional chartered unit. It is just kind of a program that we've created. And so it's not something, you sign up for the program, but that doesn't mean that you are necessarily on paper registered in PAC 172. So it's a little bit different. And also there's another one about, is there a PAC rate to join PAC 172 right now? We don't have that right now, but that's definitely something I think we'll explore and see if get back to people. Another question about membership dues. We actually had a few of them there. And so I think on the specific pricing and the increase that came down and when recharter is going to be taking place.
Who has this in front of them? New fees.
I don't have this new fees in front of me.
I don't have it right in front of me. Jackson, do you remember? I think it's 66.
I believe it's
Yeah,
66.
I believe it is, yes.
I think it's 66, and then with the $6 insurance fee from the council, that would be 72 total. There is also a something that is new, is a one-time joining fee that goes to national of $25. And that's something I'm not quite sure. Is that happen at recharter, or if it is something that's due immediately when they start? But we will get that information out again to people. I think it came out in maybe mid-June or early June, something like that. And so I'm sure it got missed by a lot, but it was, did happen starting August 1st is when that new member fee started.
And there was a couple of questions on rechartering and when that is, and that will be it's kind of the normal time frame. So everybody will be looking for that to hand it out usually in October, and then collect either early November or, I mean, the end of November or early December to be effective January 1. 172 fees are above and beyond what the Scouts have already paid to be in a Cub Scout unit. And that those fees right now are just to cover the cost of each one of those things. I don't know if we talked about that yet, but there will also be a kit that is similar to what we did for stay camps. Each Cub Scout will receive a monthly kit that goes along with either an additional activity or something that might go along with one of the 2 council online activities for that month. So it really just covers that cost and our staff costs and a lot of things. As with COVID and everything else, everyone's very aware that we had to close down camp, and now with schools not being open and things like that, obviously our council budget is a little strained, as with a lot of businesses around here. So we're just looking for a win-win situation where we can do some things to help everyone, but make sure we still cover our costs.
Will those kits be mailed out, or do they have to be picked up at the office?
So the cool thing with the kits is that when you attend your Super Saturday location, they will be available to pick up there. And then after those dates, then you can pick them up in the office. So we'll bring them to the kids if they come to those events.
Another question that we had is, will there be PAC 172 info shareable on Facebook? And yes, we actually do have a promo that we've already put together starring Sam with all the information, and hopefully be able to, you can easily share it it's already on our YouTube page, so I will be sharing that soon. I think we have an update or something, a few things to change on it, but we will be getting that out so that everything is available for you to start sharing it out to your units by this Friday when registration begins. Another question, is it $50 per month or total? It is $50.
It is 50 total.
To the end of 2020. So this is just for the fall. We probably will have something again in the spring. And so that would be an additional thing, but this would carry you through the rest of 2020. Let's see.
And one thing that you'll see, those sheets that we just shared with you, those will be on the website as well. So we were kind of waiting to roll everything out tonight, and then we'll try and get everything up on the website by tomorrow or Friday at the very latest when registration is up. But we'll share all of that information with you, and that has all these details. But it is $50 a month, or the other activities.
50 total.
Or $50, sorry, I said the opposite. $50 total, not a month. And for the next 4 months, and then if you want to pay an additional $50, then that would include all 3 events out at camp.
Now, each of
but
those
you can also register for those individually as well. You do not have to be a member or take advantage of the PAC 172 adventures. So again, we might have some den feeders out there that are doing their own thing and do not need this, and that is great as well. They can just take advantage of some of those extra council activities out at camp for their unit, and that's totally fine too. And those will be registration individuals, $25 each, and then $10 for siblings and adults on those days.
Another question that we got that I had missed, can the videos from PAC 172 be shared for free with all scouts? And answer to that is that we would really rather you did not. We are trying, the council's in a very rough financial position right now, and this is a way that we're trying to be able to provide a program and also support the council going forward. And so, and though, you will be getting a link there, we would really encourage you to be trustworthy, to not share those links out with people that have not signed up for the program.
Now, there will be national videos that were compiled from councils across the country that are rank specific that we will be sharing out. Those are part of a larger library that are available at a national website. So those you can share. If they're from the national level, please share with anybody and everybody. But if they're created in-house by our council, keep those to yourself.
Does the 2020 PAC 172 complete rank for the scouts?
So so originally that was the plan, but that was when we were looking at a whole year. So in the 4 months, we will not complete it, but we will work towards it and check some things off. But we won't in the 4 months complete it.
Got another one here. From the council guidance that was published in June, we had interpreted the guideline to be masks at all times when practical, in addition to social distancing. Has that been changed to mask required only if within 6 feet?
Yes, that's what we have been going with, is that when you cannot be 6 feet apart, then to wear masks. So, and that's what we've been doing at the office as well. I think that's, I mean, we're going with, that's what the schools are going with and things like that too, so.
And as of today, Cedar Rapids did pass a mask mandate. So if you're not aware of that, you might want to make sure you read into that too.
Cedar Rapids mask mandate.
Yes, we did just see that. So yes, we will be continuing to wear masks. So when practical.
That is all of the questions that I caught so far. Oh, looks like something came in. What about using the 172 events for those winter months and turning it into a one-time fee plus materials versus a cost per scout? I guess I'm
not sure I understand either.
yeah, I don't think I understand that question.
Diane, if you're able to, you can unmute and maybe clarify for us a little bit so we can answer you better.
She says she'll email.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Yep.
Might have missed it, but the kits an extra cost? No, the kits are included in that first $50 fee for the option A.
So that is one kit per month, September through December, cultivated by yours truly.
I think I got the mute to come off finally. This is Diane. Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, computers are great when they work. So I was just thinking, like, I don't know, light went off. If people wanted to still do all their outdoor events individually, and someone asked earlier about what if we can't get somewhere to meet for the winter months, could we use that 172 as an option, but turn it into, like, say we have 12 kids, but only 6 want to participate in the winter stuff, but make it a one-time fee for all the video access, and then we know we have 6 scouts, so we need 6 kits, and then make the cost maybe a sliding event. I don't know, just thoughts that I was thinking of and tried to type it, but I didn't do very well.
Understood. That's certainly something that we can discuss when it comes a little bit closer to the colder months as to other ways that we can get programming options out there. So I'll put that bee in my bonnet and let it simmer a bit.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all right.
Yeah, we're being very flexible and kind of going with the flow right now, as you all are and have been through COVID and derecho. We're doing the same thing and really kind of putting this together as we go. This is uncharted territory, and we're kind of making everything up as we go, and we're trying to do as much as we can to help leaders and parents. And so if you have any ideas, we would welcome all of your feedback. Again, we're trying to do this for you. And try and make our support at the council level what you guys need it to be right now in the manner that we're capable of. We also just recognizing we're 2 staff members down right now, and we're not going to be able to hire anyone for the foreseeable future, at least through this year until things change and get back to whatever normal might be in the future. So yeah, just understand we're doing the best that we can here for you, but we welcome your feedback. We've been calling, probably several of you got some phone calls from us, and you might know that this started out looking a lot different. It was kind of the same plan, but had a lot of different things and components in it. We've changed it around due to your feedback and from other parents that we've talked to, and this is what we came up with, and had a lot of good feedback on this as something that we can do for you guys.
Another question, will there be a way for kits to be delivered to those families who don't attend the outdoor events, such as charging for postage?
We can probably make that an option. We did that for stay camps, and we had a fee, and it really depends on what the kit weighs that month, but we know worst case scenario, we could fit everything into, there's an $8 box or $7.99, I think. And so, so that is a possibility. Also, people can pick it up at the council office, or if you have some, you know, a lot of people from your pack, we can maybe send it home with somebody that way. But yeah, we'll work with you to figure that out. We're happy to stick it in the mail if we can, as long as it, you know, makes sense financially.
That was something that worked really well with the state camp kits, was that we'd often have parents stop in and say, and I'm also picking up for this kid and this kid and this kid. And that worked out fine as long as we know ahead of time. So if you've got somebody headed into the area already, we'll load them down.
As far as the schools being online, are you still okay to meet if you are socially distanced and wearing a mask? Yes, I would say. Again, you need to do whatever you're comfortable with. People are kind of all over the spectrum on their comfortability level, and as we all know, it really depends on who you have living in your house and what susceptibilities you have and what kind of risk factors you have. So that really needs to be a family decision, but we are not going to say that you can't do that as long as people are comfortable with it and are practicing socially distancing measures. And yes, we could definitely, as Sam mentioned, any pack leadership can pick up kids for other scouts in their area. That's not a problem. We just have to let us know.
Let us know who you're grabbing for, and we will check them off.
Yeah, I see Jocelyn commented on here. They had like 12, I think, that they had one person pick up this summer at a time. So yeah, we can definitely do that. We just have to make sure we know ahead of time who to give it to.
Any other questions on anybody's mind? I think we've caught up to that majority of them, unless I missed something in the middle there.
All right, I just want to thank everyone for taking the time. We know you are busy, and like I said, we know that you have a lot going on. There's a lot of parents out there, and we know most of our leaders are also parenting and parents and trying to manage a lot right now. And so I can tell you, like right now, you can't see it, but my mind, I just listened to the Iowa City School District orientation like 2 hours ago. And so I'm still reeling from that and going to have to figure that out. So I know what you guys are going through right now, and I feel your pain. And I just appreciate you getting on here tonight. And we know that you're doing your best. And we hope that what we've come up with will hopefully help you in some way, even if it's just to utilize the extra council activities to get your kids out. And really, we just want them to remind them of what scouting can do. I do think that now more than ever, we really need to work to get our kids to feel some sense of normalcy. And even if that might be this hybrid and some being online and some being in person, I do think that just getting back to scouts and seeing their friends, even if it's from 6 feet away, really will go very far in getting their mental health back on track as we go, especially as we go into the winter. I know I, as a parent, am trying to get my kids outdoors as much as possible and to as many things as we can that can be safe to get them to be able to do some things before we go into the winter months in quarantine, because that's going to be very difficult for all of us. So I really appreciate everything that you've done. And again, we really appreciate your feedback. We are doing this to try and help you guys. So if you think of something or you have some ideas and some ways that we could maybe tweak it, please let us know. Again, we are on version X, so we've only got 2 more before I have to start the alphabet again, but we would love to get your feedback if there's some way that we can make it work better for you or your unit, or things like that. And as another thing, I know that people are, you know, everybody's businesses and families are really watching their money right now, and there's a lot of different things that are going into people's budgets and their worries and concerns that they have. And so we do have some units who have said, you know, if this takes the weight off of their den leaders, there's a way for them to, since they didn't go to Cub Scout camp or day camp or things like that, that might be a way for the pack to help offset some of the costs or pay half or something like that. So we'll get this information out to you again as soon as possible. A lot of it's ready to go. We're kind of waiting for tonight to happen and see if we needed to change anything before we uploaded the final versions. So we'll try and get all of that done here in the next 24 to 48 hours for you. I think that's it. Did we have anything else?
Any other questions that we can answer while you got us?
Did anyone have questions on day camp? We talked about that a little bit. You might have gotten lost, but I'm pretty excited that we are finally going to be able to offer Monday through Friday day camp. And we also have the potential, we are going to have our summer camp staff working at day camp. And so if you cannot provide 2 deep leadership, we will have another person to help you be a walker. So we think this will help parents quite a bit. And that's something that I know people have been asking for several years, to do a whole week instead of doing Monday through Thursday. So they had to figure out a vacation day or something on that Friday. So hopefully that helps you as well. And if you have any questions about that, let us know.
So one thing that I would like to bring up here this evening is it's about scouting for food. So every year we try and route our leaders to the council website to take the survey, which is it's basically a unit territory survey, and that provides us with information of the area that you distribute bags out to within your local communities. So if there are areas, especially in Cedar Rapids and Iowa City, where there's industrial zonage, we don't know, based off of a Google map, we don't know if that's an industrial zone or not. That's just one example of many, but what we were trying to do is trying to get as many leaders to take this survey as possible. And even if if the map looks correct, just let us know that that looks correct so we can move on to the next unit. And then as far as the scouting for food bags go, we have placed the order, and that will be arriving here at the office here in the next couple of weeks. We'll notify the leaders when they do come in, and we'll let you know, so then you can come and pick up the boxes from the office.
One last question that came in really quick. I thought that was important. Are parents required to be, oh, excuse me, lost it, are to be at the fall activities?
Oh, I got you. So the Super Saturday events that are with the PAC 172 Adventures, parents are not required to be there. We've got the 2 deep leadership. Those are going to be Saturday mornings from 9:30 until noon. So really, honestly, you can drop kids off and come back. We got you. I've got all of the stuff lined up, taken care of. For our events out at camp, however, those are better activities when the whole family is involved. So I would encourage parents to come along with that, just because it's fun to get out at camp, right?
And then Lions and Tigers do require adult partner, correct?
Yes.
So that's a yes for the adult partner for Lions and Tigers.
Oh my.
I would like to also add, going back to the scouting for food topic, the survey, we'd like to get that survey submitted electronically by the 16th of September. And that'll provide us with the information on how many bags that we need to allocate. I also saw a question on here about, are the bags biodegradable this year? And the answer is no, unfortunately they are not. The company that we go through, they unfortunately don't make a bag that's biodegradable. The scouting for food dates for this year, the bag drop-off dates, so you drop off the bags at the houses in your neighborhood, is going to be on October the 3rd. And then the pickup dates are going to be, or the pickup date is going to be on October the 10th. That's a Saturday.
And someone asked about the dates for day camp.
The dates for day camp are officially on the calendar. So you're looking at the last week of June, going right into the very beginning of July. That's for day camp north location. Our day camp south is a little later in July, and the exact date of that escapes me right offhand, but I will say it's all on the calendar already. So you can go and take a peek at that and get a little bit more information. I believe it's the 19th as well, but I know that the second I say that, it's going to be wrong.
All right. Thanks again, everyone. We really appreciate, we really appreciate everyone and your feedback, and you had some great questions tonight. So, and I'm sure you'll think of some more, but we will start. And oh, somebody just asked about roundtables. They are not going to be in person at this time. We'll let you know when that changes. Hopefully some COVID stuff will be changing soon so we can do more in-person stuff, because I do miss seeing everyone's faces in person and having these conversations. But yeah, as of right now, those are online. So, you should be able to get more information from your district executive. But I think that's it right now. We got most of the questions, and if we didn't, feel free to email us. And again, you might want to wait for a good 24 hours until all this information comes out, because we have written up a lot of the details and FAQs and things like that. So we will, I think a lot of that will answer your questions. And then keep looking at the website, because camp dates are out there. You know, we'll be getting you more specific information on the new rules for day camp and things like that as we go forward. But as I mentioned, we're all kind of scrambling and pulling things together for this new program. So camp seems like a really far ways away. So right now we're just have the dates for you. So we'll keep giving you more information. Roundtable is tomorrow night. And so if you haven't got any information on that, contact your district executive or your roundtable commissioner. But you should be, I'll have all the DEs send out a reminder tomorrow for each of their districts, to each of the unit leaders. So if you don't receive anything, just call the office and we can make sure you get the link. Otherwise, everyone have a great night. Good luck with this year. Good luck with your school plans. Good luck with being a stay-at-home teacher, if that's what you're doing, and continuing to do the best that you can. We know as scouts, that's what we do. And so we really appreciate everyone engaging and doing the best that you can right now. So appreciate all of your work, and everyone have a great night.
Bye.